Hello everyone and good morning. I am Queenie Rose Moral and I am your trainer for today's discussion. Before I start the discussing the topic which is entitled How to Improving Your Communication Skills Will Improve Your Productivity. Okay, I just want to share this you is to know what last month I went to America and I attended there some seminars that are related to our topic for today, which is improving your communication skills. After the seminars, I learned a lot when it comes to improving communication skills. That's why I'm going to share this all to all of you the knowledge that I learned and hope you are listening to my discussion for today's. Okay, let's start. This is my title: Improving Your Communication Skills Will Improve Your Productivity. Okay, I just want to share to you the introduction of my um, short introduction of my title. Okay, um, improving my communication skills has been a work in progress starting back in the early years of my life, and I have always been my own worst critic. I'm usually beating myself down through interpersonal communication. Now, as an adult, I have made great improvements of my communication skills, but I still have trouble dealing with per- perception and self-image. Not being raised in an environment of positive reinform, reinforcement and poor communication. In the workplace, I have made it a point to change the trait in my own family and professional environment. So next, tips. The goal of effective communication skills should be mutual understanding and finding a solution that please both parties, not winning the argument or being right. Um, yes, if we were going to socialize or with people, we must adjust the use of communication because so that we can find a solution, even the people will be united and understand each other. Keep in mind that it's important to remain respectful of each other, of the other person, even you don't like their action. Um, it is important to us that we should remain respectful to our fellow human, even if you even if what they are doing is not right or wrong. Um, we just should still give them respect to our fellow human being. Ask for help if you need it. If one or both of you has trouble staying respectful during conflict, or if you tried resolving conflict with a person on your own, their situation just doesn't seem to be improving. You might benefit from a few sessions with a therapist. Couples counseling can provide help the altercation and teach skills to resolve future conflict. Okay, yes. When the situation is very difficult, it seems that it is unclear to settle to come to an agreement and still try to solve it so that because people can unite. And there is situation it's not improving our communication skills. We must not forget to maintain respect for our fellow, because it is important to respect the use of our communication. Don't give up. While taking a break, while taking a break from the discussion, it's sometimes a good idea. Always come back to it. If you both approach the situation with a constructive attitude, mutual respect, and willingness to see the other points of view, or at least find a resolution to the conflict, unless it's time to give up on the relationship, and don't give up on communication. Okay, like we don't not give up on everything no matter what happens in our society of using communication, because everything has a solution, and find improving our communication. We use it every day, and it is good for us, and so that we can also learn to use communication, and we still have a lot to learn about communication. Take a time out. Sometimes tempers get heated, and it's just too difficult to continue the discussion without it becomes an argument or a fight. And if you feel yourself or your partner starting to get to anger, to be constructed, or showing some destructive communication patterns, and it's okay to take a break from the discussion until you both cool off. Sometimes good communication means knowing when to take a break. Okay, right. For example, as an employee cannot expect to answer our coworkers, because in our use of communication, we may hurt some people with our speech, or we should speak slowly. Look for compromise. Instead of trying to win the argument, look for solution that meet everybody needs, either through compromise or a new solution that gives you both what you want most. This focus is much more effective than one person getting what they want at the other expenses. Healthy communication involves finding a resolution that the both sides can be happy with. When we use our communication, it must be properly used to find a solution, and we can easily find people who can understand you or us if we use it every day and everyone's needs. On what's yours. Realize that personal responsibility is a strength, not a weakness. Effective communication involves admitting when you're wrong. If you both share some responsibility in a conflict, look for and admit to what yours. It diffuses the situation, sets good example, and show maturity. It also often inspires the other person to respond in a kind, leading you both closer to mutual understanding and find a solution. Sorry for that. This communication in school includes admitting when are right and wrong, and this is also where we convince and inspire to our fellow human beings. Like, for example, if you are sales lady, the sales lady must know how to speak the front of people can be easily persuade, because the sales lady is people how to use the communications skills. Respond to criticism with empathy. When someone comes at you with criticism, it easy to feel that they're wrong and get defensive. While criticism is hard to hear and often exaggerated or colored by other person's emotions. It's important to listen for the other person's pain and respond with empathy for their feelings. Also, look for what true in what they saying that can be valuable information for you. Um, okay, when someone approaches us or interacts with us, we must respond to them because we don't know that there will be new information to be conveyed to us. And here in our communication is are able to express our emotions or feelings, and that we will share the to our friends or family, to those we talk to. Try to see their point of view. In a conflict, most of us primarily want to feel heard and understood. We talk a lot about our point of view to get the other person to see things our way. Ironically, if we all do this all the time, there's little focus on the other person's point of view, and nobody feels understand. Try to really see the other side, and then you can better explain yours. Other will more likely be willing to listen if they feel heard. Um, in our society, with the people we interact with inside or outside the house, we should listen and pay attention what they have to say, because to make them feel that we respect and understand them, and so that we can communicate them. We can also listen because pay attention to what they say to our fellow human being. Listen carefully. People often think they're listening but are really thinking about what they're going to say next when the other person stops talking. Truly effective communication goes both ways. While it might be difficult, try really listening to what your person is saying. Don't interrupt, don't get defensive. Just hear them and reflect back what they are saying, so they know you've heard. Then you'll understand them better, and they'll be more willing to listen to you. Okay, right. I said early that you should listen to them when they communicate with us, and you should let them finish speaking before you react, because if the person you're talking to isn't done yet, they may be on the way onto answering, and they think that they are not respected and by what they say, because you are not interested or don't know anything about communicating with him. And also we should improve our communication skills so that we can show to them that we are good socialize with our society. Stay focused. It's tempting to bring up past assembly related conflicts when dealing with current ones. Try not bring up past hard or other topics. Stay focused on the present, your feelings, understanding one another, and finding a solution. For example, as a speaker, you should be focused on yourself, because while speaking in front of people, it is very important for a speaker to be focused on yourself, so that the audience will believe what are you saying to front of them. Don't send mixed message. Don't send mixed message. Make your words, gestures, facial expression, and message much discipline. An employee while smiling sends a mixed message, and therefore ineffective. If you have to deliver a negative message, make your words, facial expression, and tone match the message. Right, as a speaker, when you're going to speak, we can do things like we can show your expression of your on our face, or like we can do hand gestures where we are going to show in front of people, because that's really how speaker are. They are more comfortable speaking when they can show of their expression. And also, if don't send mixed message, the audience or the people to send the message is I think it's very very libog like that. Okay, because the message is not organized. Slow down. People will perceive you as nervous and unsure of yourself if you talk fast. However, be careful not to slow down to the point where people being to finish your sentences just to help you finish. Many people, or there are people who speak quickly when they are communicating with other people, because that is what they are used to every day. But as a speaker, he should really give or speak in front of people slowly, and don't show that you are nervous, so that the viewer or audience that listen to you, that can say everything they are listening is not true, and they will believe in yours. Develop your voice. A high, whiny voice is not perceived to be one of authority. In fact, a high, soft voice can make you sound like prey to an aggressive co-worker who is out to make his or her career at the expense of anyone else. For example, the speaker is slow voice. That very important, a high voice as a speaker, because all listeners are interested in a speaker, because of what is said in front of the audience. If you are like matamlay, it is possible that the people listening to him will lose their appetite. Ways to improve your communication skills. But how I can do it? Removing barriers at all this stage. If your message is too lengthy, disorganized, you can expect the message to be misunderstood. Barriers can be front senders offering too much information too fast. It is best to be mindful of the demand on other people's time, especially in today's ultra-busy society. You need to work to understand your audience, your audience culture, making sure can you converse and deliver your message to people of different background and cultures within your own organization and in your country and even abroad. Um, this message that will be conveyed to those who communicate with people must be organized, because in what they say, they may not be able to understand and understand what is being said or spoken as a speaker, and there is possibility of not paying attention to the message you send because your message is not because your message is not because your message is disorganized to send your family, friends, or relatives. Okay. Next. What's the barrier problems with communication can pop up at every stage of the communication process, which consists of the sender encoding, the channel decoding, the receiver, feedback, and the context. See the diagram below. And each stage there is the potential for misunderstanding, confusion. Okay, like the audience is the communication, like if you're send the message to your friends, relatives, like if not like if you are like word to your friends because of your misunderstanding people is if you are saying you're slowly pa because para dili mo magkaaway and at para magkaunawaan kayo sa paggamit ng ating komunikasyon. Communication skills, the importance of removing barriers. Effective communication. In spite of the increasing importance placed on a communication skills, many individuals continue to struggle, unable to communicate their thoughts and ideas effectively. When in verbal or written format, this inability makes it nearly impossible for them to compete effectively in the workplace and stands in the way of career progression. If you deliver your communication is not speaking or listening. Communication is a part of written or like to pass us a message like that. And also if you use a communication and use to organize the message or organize the written message to deliver your to fellow or relatives. Being able to communicate effectively is therefore essential if you want to build a successful career. To do this, you must understand what your message is, what the audience are sending into, how it will be received. You must also weigh in the um, circumstance surrounding your communications as a situational and cultural context. Like I said earlier, if you are um, to deliver your communication or speech must be organized, because the listening or the audience to listen you, because we say the audience is you are saying is legit. Effective communication. By successfully getting your message across, you convey your thoughts and ideas effectively. When not successful, the thoughts and ideas that you actually send do not necessarily reflect what you think, causing a communication breakdown and creating roadblocks that stand in the way your goals, both personally and professionally. Like, as a speaker, or like sales lady, if you are talk to um, talk to people to get to know the people you buy the product, is you to convince and inspire your speaking, because sales lady is how to know this, how to use the communication. Okay, next, doing this involves effort from both the sender of the message and the receiver, and it's a process that can be fraught with error, with message middled by the sender, or misinterpreted by the receiver. When this is detected, it can cause tremendous confusion, wasted effort, and missed opportunity. In fact, communication is only successful when both of the sender and receiver understand the some information as a result of the communication. Like, yeah, if I will a speaker, or like I am also okay. For example, if I send a message to my mom, to my relatives, if my message is not organized, or like libog, it is cause of misunderstanding, misinterrupt, because the message is not organized, and you don't use it the you don't use the proper communicate or written communication. Effective communication is all about conveying your message to the people clearly and unambiguously. It's also about receiving information that others are sending to you with as little dissertation as possible. Okay, effective communication is all about message. Okay, right. Okay, I said if you are going to deliver your message, we must clearly to say or written the message para dili magka misunderstanding. Like, you if if you are the message is not understand, like the effective or the cause is go to war, or like misunderstanding like that. What are the communication skills? um, the only solution for this is to develop your communication skills. Okay. um, okay I said, for my entitled, improving your communication skills will productivity. Okay. I just want to share to know, um, my communication skills is is developed is also developed because many people are, are to socialize. I have a lot of to know the communication, the communication. Okay, this how you convince your customer, how you can make your customer believe you, how can you win the trust of your customer. Okay, I think it's the last of my topic for today discussion. Okay, these three types of communication skills is say this is how to believe my customer and how to really convince the customer. I said earlier, sales lady, if you are sales lady, is to know how to use or how to use properly and organize your seeing the customer, organize your communication. Okay. I think this is my last um, communication, and also um, I can I can say your I can say my outro, or like motivational goals, or motivational goals of improving communication skills. And okay, my goals of for improving self-image are the first to make the steps to be the person I want to be. And whether it's through exercise or education myself to build up my intellectual strength. Making a self-image inventory, noting those things that I like about myself, and the, the make a list for the negative traits, and I want to improve my communication skills. Changing my focus from negative to positive should help me avoid being depressed. And the best thing I can do, I recognize my shortcomings, but I don't dwell on them. And I think, and I think it's so last my topic for today. I hope you are listening to my discussion for today. I I know you have a lot of more knowledge to my discussion for about, which is entitled improving communications skills well productivity. Again, once again, I am Queenie Rose Moral, and I am returning for today.